Hello everyone, we are Bite Size and we are the creators of My Moving Menu. My Moving Menu is a QR code on the side of your food truck. It allows us to better your business. With our 5 features that are a multilingualistic setting, a locator, an ability to further better your business, and a quick and easy edit menu. With just a simple scan, your customers can view, order, and even customize their dishes. So I'm Ileana Silva, the CEO of Bite Size.
I'm Dylan Benjamin Schwartz, the CMO.
I'm Erwin Vasquez, the co-CMO.
So a few people we want to mention before we get started is Kevin Littleson, the owner of Rocket Dog, and a former food truck owner. And we also want to mention Mike Oz, the CEO of Fresno Street Eats, and our mentor, Gladys Martinez. She's the owner of Nella's Vidya, and she had her former food truck. Our problem are long lines. The long lines steer away from customers. Our solution is to provide an easy way of making it.
This is our target demographic for the business side. This is Tito. He owns Tito Tacos, and he often stresses a lot because of the long lines he receives. And since he doesn't know English, it doesn't really help him on how much stress he has on, and he doesn't really have that much time to do other things. And this is our target demographic for the consumer side. He's Joe. He has a tight schedule. He likes going to Tito Tacos, but the thing is that he doesn't understand Spanish, and they only speak Spanish at Tito's Tacos.
So we have both a menu and a sort of POS system for them.
So this is the solution for the customer. There's English. We have 4 languages right now: English, Spanish, German, and Hmong, which they can choose their preference. After you choose that, you'll see the menu, main dishes, depending how they set up, main dishes and sides. As you can see here, they picked tacos, the main dish, and they could scroll through all of the different choices that the food truck offers. Once they find one that they like, they could choose it and order, and they could order and pay all from their phone.
So after they done paying and they want to order, this will show up. This is the tablet from Tito's truck. He downloaded our app, and now he's able to see the orders on the menu that he
So why you should choose My Moving Menu? First off, we understand as a food truck owner, you guys work odd hours, whether it be the graveyard shift or lunchtime. We understand you guys need support. So with our 24/7 customer service, we provide that support. And with our GPS locator, not only will your customers be in the mood every other day, your customers will also know where you're at instead of going on this wild goose chase on your social media. And with our multilingualistic setting, in Tito's situation, instead of just reaching the Hispanic community, he can reach more than what he already has as his customer demographic. And for our quick edit menu, whether it be running low on certain ingredients, promoting a new dish, or you just want to change up your menu for seasonal things, we allow you to edit your menu with that. And affordability. So unlike Square, Clover, and Toast, we don't do a transaction-based fee. We ask you to pay upfront gaining, and while you're paying the $350 a month, you can gain much more back.
Our CAD management partnership, our CAD partnership for the business market, also the city management, which is really with us bringing us wine to the community. And with our CAD partnership for the available wine, the people are staying the top 3 states in most of the stuff. And the West Coast, which gives us total food of 3,740 $250 a month. Now, your plan for $2,970. This is our revenue. The first year, you get $399,000, which increases each year by 0.7%.
Investor equity. We're asking for $105,000 for 50% of our company.
In our existing capital, we will use capital in concepts like marketing, maintenance, salaries, and development. With these costs, they go up to, in the start cost, $54,000 and part of essentially an product that $139,000 per year we go to.
So this is our advertisement. For 2 weeks, we had advertisements on, we had advertisements on Instagram and Facebook. Through our advertisements, we reached 5,000 or 53,000 people, and out of those people reached, there was 588 people who clicked on our link, which led to our landing page.
So you can click on our link in here, it's our landing page. Our landing page is read the key details about our product, also one video of our CEO, one of our company is, and our product is from the company. Also the sign up form for a newsletter.
Potential pivots. Currently, we're looking to AI to incorporate in our application to help us translate our menus and have a broader range of languages. And also, we're planning to incorporate it in our website as well.
So for year one, what we want to do is we want to develop more of a prototype and work with more food trucks. So that way we can get their feedback and promote more of My Moving Menu. For year two, what we want to do is double the amount of food trucks that we are currently working with and finalize the app setup for My Moving Menu. And then for year three, some employees are choosing to sell their parts of My Moving Menu, and they still do want to. They plan to sell their parts of My Moving Menu, and allowing more people to better improve My Moving Menu. And for those who are planning to stay in My Moving Menu, we plan to add in more interesting things for My Moving Menu.
So as you heard, some of us are pretty much selling our share in My Moving Menus to investors that are interested in our business. Me, myself, I'm trying to stay and I'm trying to grow.
These are our environmental impacts, and things we can be as well. For example, instead of traditional, find a really people, environmentally traditional environment. If you need some ways to contact us, and remember our name.
So just to clarify, this is this is something that a food truck owner is paying on for as a subscription, correct? Like $350 a month or $3,900 for the year.
Yes.
Was the pricing structure? Okay.
I had the opportunity and the privilege to hear you guys pitch once before. And I noticed that you added AI for languages. I don't remember that being said last time. Is that new?
Yes.
I think that's a really intelligent move. When you said you had English, Spanish, and what is the other one?
German and
English,
Hmong.
Spanish, and German? No.
German and Hmong. German and Hmong.
Mom. Yeah, you gotta have mom present for sure. And I think that's really dumb. I don't know where German came from. Like here, unless somebody knows somebody that's German, but I think there's a lot of people go to advent of AI now, you can convert your menu pretty quick, you know, I mean, the bread might be on the bottom or the tortilla might be on the top because it didn't quite, you know, interpret well, but I think that's good. Finding your Tito's. That's one of the concerns I have, is how do you get out there, how do you beat the bushes, how do you find them so that you can present to them? And I'm not expecting you to know that and tell me emphatically right now, but I want you to know that that's going to be the number one thing that you have to focus on. How do you find them? Now, I think they have to register with the health department or some agency that have a portable mobile truck that does that. And I think that might be public information that's available. So you might dive into that and try to see if you can find out where a list is of catering trucks that is already held in public information so that you can present to them. And last time we talked about how many trucks, we thought I was sitting next to Mark Jackson on that time we were talking about, I think there's more trucks present counties in your serviceable addressable market shows. Did you bump that up, or did you keep the slides the same for that?
I think that the company there's not a lot of people who will check the content and
So now you're showing 3,700. I think that when you figure out how to, it would probably be a city that would actually do it. So if a guy is parking in Sanger, it's the city of Sanger. Well, he tried to register the city of Sanger. They're so tiny, might be municipality and work with them in my consulting business. But if he's in Fresno and they talk to him on the corner and say, do you have a permit? That's the city of Fresno. So you're going to have to reach out and have contacts with cities all over and really gather real data and then find out who they are so you can get going. I don't have a problem with any of the idea, the concept, everything else. I think there's benefit that you're demonstrating right now that is kind of the spearhead to all the other benefits that you might bring and talk later that you can roll out as phases. I think that's good. Your presentation is good, and I'm glad to see you're shooting things up a little bit on feedback. Good job.
Improvement from your last presentation was good. I did notice some spelling errors on your slides. Maybe word ability to spell it correctly. Just to kind of
Check.
QR code.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I was, when you said the misspelling, I thought of something too, like you had Kevin's name, who was sitting right here, and his last name was misspelled. So like stuff like that.
I was more excited about seeing my name. I didn't even pay attention to that.
But
For
like
what it's
stuff
worth,
like
I didn't
that.
even notice it.
You can easily Google search, right? Just make sure you get some of those details dialed in, like you could have went to Rocket Dog or whatever just to find those things. Yeah. It's the proof is in the pudding, right? The details like that. Like people will notice things like that, especially me. I observe things like that, but just make sure you're dialing in some of that in your presentation because people will take note of that.
I was hoping the QR code would work.
Yeah.
This thing I told you off my phone, but I would always, whenever I'm judging, I always see one out there. I want to see where it makes it. So, that's one.
It's something we have to look into. Last time I checked, it was working, so I don't know if it's,
Try.
well,
Oh,
it is interesting ones, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't even get it.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
the
That one either.
if it is, yeah, I'll have to look into it. I would like to.
But other than that, I thought it was an improvement from your last presentation. A little bit more upbeat and a little bit more energy. I want you guys to be passionate about this. I didn't feel it. I don't know if you guys felt that. I didn't feel that we're all in. We want to do this. We're excited about it. I want to feel excited. I've had some teams come up here and they've been excited. We really want to give that training this summer. I thought the presentation was good. We made eye contact. You were able to talk. This is really exciting. I want to get excited about something like that. Radiating. Other than that, I agree with you.
You
Do you have
guys
anything to
want
add?
go ahead?
I don't think so.
That's one of your customer problems is the long lines. Long lines is one thing that is a problem, but I have a couple paper copies. Maria's, who's cleaning and control it, there for years behind the Rite Aid building with the trailer. Years. I don't know, 9, 10 years? Lines, long lines. And they just plow through them and get us through. But we wanted Maria's. We knew what we wanted. We tasted it. We wanted to go get something somewhere else. But Robert Tito's out, Alberto's, all these different places. But we wanted Maria's. Maria's moved. They got a place. But nobody knew where they went unless you had just been there recently. Having the GPS locator, they ended up actually going into a brick and mortar store. But I think that some of these guys would like to try other places, but they're afraid of losing the spots where people were coming. And I think this, to help sell to them, demonstrate where we're not just reducing the lines, we're taking you off the leash. You can now try going different places, and your clients will know where you are. And if they're having a taste for your homemade tortillas and what you make, and then they'll follow you and they'll find you. I really think that I would have looked up if I knew this was available when Maria's trigger wasn't there. I want Maria's right now. Where is it? I probably would drove across town to get it. I think that'll be a benefit to the catering truck owners that we remember to demonstrate to them.
Well, I'm super excited about you guys. I know I met with you, I think on Zoom and in the classroom possibly. So I love your pivot of moving away from some of the things that we talked about and transitioning to more of a business-friendly model. Your price point's always going to be the #1 tag that you're going to have to pay attention to, because that's what's coming out of my pocket. So what's my return of investment? I think there's a sidebar conversation about how to tier that. You're offering a lot to customers that are all paying the same thing, and you'll have some people that won't necessarily care about that feature, but will care about this. So you can capture more people. And I listen to a lot of books, and I know that there's a lot of people out there that talk about working and having a career, and you're in school to have a career doing something. Might be a stay-at-home dad, stay-at-home mom, might be to work, have a family, all those things, right? Don't think that this mechanism that you guys have thought through isn't a mechanism that can create wealth. Now, wealth is two-sided, right? Wealth could be, you could be thinking of wealth as being a zip code where you live, and you could be thinking of wealth as a zip code in Beverly Hills, or wealth in Texas where you have property and cattle. I mean, wealth it's a relative word, so be careful how you think of that word. But really want you to believe that this can be something bigger than just a project. I mean, sometimes something happens. Think of Amazon. Amazon didn't sell deodorant when it first opened up. It sold books. It gave access to books, and now it's giving all this other service, right? And it's a multi-billion-dollar business. So think of this much further along than maybe you're comfortable, and really stretch yourselves, because this really can be something. But you need to be unified, and you guys need to believe in it. I can tell by your body language that you all don't believe in it yet. And I did the math, and everyone here could very passively earn $150,000, $200,000 a year doing this. And I don't know why you would want to leave that unless you have the ability of creating a larger, opportunity somewhere else, or you're just done. You've created your wealth, and you're going to move to another country and just live like Matthew McCartney, just LIVIN, man, just have some fun, right? So all that to be said, I just want to tell you guys, kudos to you. There's definitely a business here. A couple of things that caught my attention. I do think you can edit on Clover and Toast, because we use one of those platforms and we edit on their platform all the time. Customers can, at the register, if they don't want to have a certain condiment, we can remove it. If they want to add a condiment, we can add it. That's a pretty basic feature on those platforms. So I don't know if you guys really did your research there, but as a business owner, were you going to answer me?
Yeah, I was gonna clarify for that. So your version of Clover and Toast, it's more for restaurants. We focus on food trucks. So we provide all of the. I don't want any jalapenos. I don't want
No,
any.
I'm with you. So are you suggesting that Clover and Toast have their own POS systems for food trucks that are not brick and mortar?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
They do
Be-
have that, but they don't have the editable systems. They have almost the exact same thing as a restaurant thing. And food trucks are not restaurants. I personally grew up on a food truck, or grew up with a food truck, living near a food truck, and it was not the same as going to a restaurant and ordering there, and then going to a food truck and ordering there. It's not.
Yeah,
the same
maybe we can
experience.
spend some time maybe going on a field trip, because I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. But I owned a restaurant, a brewery, and I owned a food truck, and so I'm very familiar with those systems. So maybe what I'm painting a picture on, you're painting a picture on, they're just two different canvases, because there is some contradiction. Just be aware of that. So you are right, and I think I am right, and so we would probably need to go look at one and see what is correct. Is that fair?
Yes.
All right, cool. So be cautious of that and be okay with being questioned, and that's fine. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to be the best answer is what? I will get back to you. Thank you. That is the best answer. That helps me all the time. 24-hour service. I don't know who's going to answer their phone at 2 o'clock in the morning or on Christmas Day, but those are the times you will get phone calls. So unless you plan on outsourcing that somewhere, which you can do, and believe it or not, even outsourcing, I had a company that was a virtual assistant for me, and they asked for Thanksgiving off. So don't assume it might cost you a lot more money to have actually 24/7 service. So that just be cautious of that. And already the AI was mentioned. I was a little bit confused. You guys went fast to a couple slides, so I would love to go through this slide with you guys if you're interested in me helping you with it. How much, and then there was a startup possibly. And then there was a yearly cost. I like the idea, pay for this all up front or pay for it for the year. It was a little bit too fast for me to be able to see what those numbers are, but I think there's a lot of room there. Overall, you guys definitely found a niche that's not in a space now, and it could very easily be sold off to a company. The idea could, or it could be utilized by, unfortunately, you can't copyright something like this. But at least my attorney recently tried to do something similar to this, and he said it wasn't something available. Really, there's certain things you just can't do, but being first to the market's always brave. So I just want to say thanks, guys. You guys did a good job. Any questions for me or while you guys are up there? Do you guys want to meet again?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That'd be
awesome.
very helpful.
Yeah, just email me and we'll do it. Thank you guys very much.
Oh yeah, I think you guys did a phenomenal job. I noticed to lead off, like obviously there's some nerves, right? You're thinking through some stuff. Just come out with confidence, kind of like Kent said. Like usually when you come out for a pitch, and this is your product, this is your business or whatever, you're passionate about it, right? It's something that you put a lot of time and effort into it. So just let that come through in your presentation. Like however long it takes you to memorize whatever it is you need to memorize, or if you just have some bullet points that kind of spur your thinking as you're giving your presentation, just make sure you have that dialed in so you can come in and not really worry about that, right? But just let your passion take over. I thought you guys did a great job.
Thank you.